Hello, namaste to each one of you. Hello, Queen. I'm fine, Dia. Namaste, Rohini ji. Thank you, Dia, for reading my book, Beauty of Acceptance. Hello, Arti ji. Namaste, Dahila ji. Namaste, Rajawat ji. Thank you for joining this live session. Namaste, Dipti ji. Hello, Blue Moon. Moon in 8th house is always has been my favorite topic, Diya ji. Moon in 8th house charts are not common charts because the 8th house itself is a very heavy house. There is a lot of depth in it. There is a lot of intensity in it. And 8th house is also connected with Scorpio because Scorpio is the 8th sign. So 8th house moon is excellent for research, analysis, but it also depends on where the 8th house moon sign lord is placed. Ketu, Saturn, Venus conjunction in 5th house. It is good for creative work, creative art. Rahu with Sun and Jupiter depends. If Rahu is very close to Sun, then you become more ambitious. But second house placement for Jupiter is very good. Okay, if your daughter has moon with Saturn in 8th house, then it is good for all kind of deep studies. Cancer ascendant people often go through lot of ups and downs, and it is those struggles, challenges that eventually help them to evolve to the higher level of awareness. Jupiter, Mercury, Sun in Sagittarius, it means that you are very much inclined towards learning more about higher knowledge, like subjects like astrology. Virgo ascendant and Rahu Mahadasha. Rahu is with Venus in 11th house. Rahu, whenever is with Venus, relationship issues often you see. And when you are going through Rahu Dasha, then there is bound to be issues in relationships or with friends. Thank you, Work Forever, for following me. Guru Purnima birth with full moon in 10th house is a very good placement. It makes you more stronger in your career. Jupiter, Mercury, Sun in 7th house. Marriage partner, your marriage partner will be a very knowledgeable person, very highly educated. Marriage is possible in Rahu Mahadasha, Ketu Antardasha. There is no such thing that marriage cannot happen. But for that you have to see the transit in your chart. If transits are triggering marriage, then it will definitely happen. Cancer ascendant Jupiter in 5th house. Then the Jupiter Mahadasha will be very, very evolving phase for you, Shivaji Shindeji. Thank you, Shankar Reddy ji, for appreciating my work. Bruhaspati Mahadasha, meaning you are in Guru Mahadasha and Rahu Antardasha. So that is a very good period. Yes. So Aarti Shaha, you are asking remedies for weak moon, weak mind and no stable in decision making. This is a very good question. See, whenever there is any issue regarding mind, mental issue, the first thing you have to do is that you have to start fasting on Mondays. Somvar Upvas. You have to fast for 16 Mondays, 16 Somvar. And on Mondays you should visit Lord Shiva temple and do Abhishek using water and milk. And chant the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. The more and more you worship Lord Shiva by chanting this mantra Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, slowly mental or weak mind, these kind of issues will fade away. Saturn transit over natal Jupiter in Pisces and Jupiter transit over Saturn in Cancer. What to expect, Capricorn ascendant? So this is like a churning. Many eventful situations or many things will happen. It's like a more of a masala time now for you. Cancer ascendant, Sun, Venus, 7th house. Thank you, Ashwati Thomas ji. Yes, because everything comes down to the mind. So the other day I was looking at this fact that it is our moon chart, your moon chart, my moon chart. Moon chart is very important. It is through the moon chart that the ascendant chart actually triggers. Kala Sarpa Dosh, there is no such Kala Sarpa Dosh as such. In ancient texts, there is no mention of Kala Sarpa Dosh as such. it is just a commercial part now where you are told to spend thousands of rupees in doing those pujas and eventually nothing happens. And the first fact is that there is no such thing as Kala Sarpa Dosh. I don't know from where it came. Maybe after independence it started floating around, but in reality there is no such thing as Kala Sarpa Dosh. Lal Kitab is basically to find remedies. It is more on the spiritual level and it gives you all kind of remedies that you can do for specific placements in your chart. Sparsh Gupta. Life purpose has to be found firstly from the state of your moon. Where exactly is your moon placed? From your moon chart. Moon Ketu conjunction, blue moon is a Shiva Yoga. It is not at all a problem. Moon Ketu conjunction is beautiful if the person is following the spiritual path. And usually I have found that Moon Ketu person today or tomorrow eventually comes on the spiritual path. It is good to have moon with Ketu. There is absolutely no problem. The only thing is that you should have a good Jupiter placement and good Mercury placement. Moon Ketu conjunction maximum 6 to 7 degrees is fine. Meaning if moon is in 10 degree and Ketu is in 17 degree, then that's a conjunction. Beyond 7 degree, the conjunction doesn't work much. Blue moon, you are interested in spirituality because maybe you have a moon Ketu conjunction. Moon Ketu conjunction by naturally bring you on the spiritual path. Hello Prachi, how are you? Mithun Rashi, Punarvasu Nakshatra and Kanya Lagna, meaning you are total Mercurian. So if the state of Mercury in your chart is good, or whenever Mercury is in a good transit phase, your wedding or your marriage is possible during that time. Thank you Tess Balgurias for your comment. Thank you, Alina. Namaste. Thank you, Sam, for the kind gesture. Hello, Antrika. Oh, great. You are watching from Russia. That's great, Alina. I never knew. Namaskar, Rahul Makhija ji. Mangal Saturn in 12th house, Libra sign. Then you don't have to worry, Rahul ji, because Saturn is in Libra. It is in exalted position. Sure, Dipti ji. For any personal consultation, you can reach out to my team. The contacts are on my website. Jupiter Ketu conjunction in Cancer sign. Namaskar Vrindaji. Very good question, Pravalia. If you are having Sadesati and Rahu Antardasha, then the first remedy is to start fasting on Mondays, and on Saturdays you should visit a Hanuman temple, break one coconut and take 7 rounds around the peepal tree and light a diya using sesame oil and place it beneath the peepal tree. So if you do these two things consistently, Monday fasting and Saturday Hanumanji, then you will be all right. To activate luck, you should do one thing. You should light a diya in a temple on a specific day and time. For example, if every Tuesday at around 9 a.m. you should go and light a diya in Hanuman temple. So, but you should be very careful that you should not miss. The day and time should continue. Every Tuesday, 9 a.m. in Hanuman temple, you should light a diya. You can light the diya using ghee, cow's ghee. So, if you are consistent in this process, then 100% your luck factor will activate. Which question bugs you, Alina? Hello, Amay ji. Yes, during the full moon day, you face this kind of weather disturbances. But after 8 days, it will cool down. Combination for soul connected marriage partner. For any soul connected marriage partner, first you have to put aside your brain, your logic. So if you become less logical and you start feeling more, then this kind of love marriage or soul connected marriage can happen. But for that, you need to have that kind of placement in your chart where your moon is either with Ketu or with Rahu and your Mercury is not too loud in your horoscope. Kemadrum moon. For a moon, the best mantra is the mantra of Lord Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. The Supreme Lord Shiva. So when you start chanting Om Namah Shivaya, the more and more you keep chanting, the more and more you come to the level of surrender. Pisces ascendant with Jupiter and retrograde Mercury. This makes you more knowledgeable person. It gives your personality a kind of appearance where people think that you are a scholarly person. I am fine, Reshma ji. Thank you. How are you? Om Namah Shivaya. If you have seen Nandi Bhagwan in your dream, then on the coming Monday you go and visit Lord Shiva temple and do abhishek using milk and water. You can chant more than one mantra, but not more than two, because the more mantras you chant, the more you are scattered all around. Too many cooks spoil the food. So my suggestion is that stick to only two mantras and continue chanting those two mantras morning and evening. Vishtikaran is not bad. Oh, thank you, Shivaji ji. Jupiter Ketu conjunction in 7th house, Virgo sign. This is a challenging position for marriage. No, debilitated Mars retrograde is not considered as exalted. In fact, you should start fasting on Tuesdays and you should chant Hanuman Chalisa. Venus and Sun in 7th house, again a problem for marriage life. Mruta Avastha and all these things doesn't play actually any major role, So you don't have to worry if your Guru is in Mruta Avastha. But Guru in 8th house definitely will give you good financial growth when your Guru Mahadasha will start. Having 7 retrograde planets makes you a very, very deep thinker, a person who is not shallow. So having more retrograde planets in your chart is actually as an opportunity to evolve. Thank you, Indraji. Ram Ram. You should serve food to your ancestors on their death anniversary, or if you miss to do that, then you can always do it during the Pitru Paksha, which is usually in the month of September. No, you should not keep changing mantras. 2 mantras is more than enough. For your entire life, if you just stick to 2 mantras, it is more than enough. The most important thing is that be consistent in your chanting. Shivaji Shinde ji, you will find my contact details on my website, thehealingastro.com. The true nodes are the real ones. Jupiter in 7th house is always a challenging position. Depends on how the Lord of 7th house is in your chart, Momita Darchi. Diamond Venus in 6th house, because I heard that we can't wear gemstone of. No, nothing like that. Susmita Chakmaji, you can definitely wear a diamond. There is absolutely no problem. Many people whom I have recommended to wear a stone whose lord is of 6th house has actually benefited a lot. So there is no such thing. You don't have to worry. If you love diamond, then you should definitely wear it, even though Venus is the lord of 6th house. Cancer ascendant Mercury and Ketu in Purva Bhadrapad. Cancer ascendant Mercury and Ketu in 6th house. That is not a promising position for winning cases in court as such. To progress in your career, you should do one thing. On every Saturday, you should donate fried food to poor people. Specifically, if you can donate udid vada, which is also known as medu vada in Mumbai or Pune, or udid vada. On Saturdays, you visit Shani temple, and outside the Shani temple, you just donate this freshly made udid vada to people sitting outside the temple. This will help you in progressing in your career and achieving higher positions. Retrograde Jupiter in 9th house with Moon is actually a good position. It is good for higher learning. You can contact me, Sushmita Ji, from my website, thehealingastro.com, on which there are contact numbers to contact me. Thank you, Mishuji. When you are going to face Ketu Mahadasha, it is a phase where you will go through a transformation. See, the whole role of Ketu is simply to help you realize the fact that apart from knowing yourself, there is nothing else to do. So Ketu basically wants you to become more spiritual. So when Ketu Dasha begins, if you are still in that hangover of enjoying life and expecting something great material results, then Ketu Mahadasha may frustrate you. Thank you, Prachi ji, for listening to the stories that I share through my podcast. I personally love to narrate those stories. Thank you, Sadashivji, for the. Yes, it was great to receive these awards from Bollywood actor Arbaz Khan and earlier from Jaya Pradaji. You just have to ignore those dreams if you get to see the. You just ignore those dreams. See, don't think much about the dreams. Many a times the dreams are nothing but what is in your subconscious mind. Thank you, Geeta ji, for connecting with my stories. Stories are very important for my podcast. I personally love to narrate those insightful stories. There is much to learn through these wisdom stories. And as you all know, the great spiritual masters have always shared the ultimate truth through their stories. Coincidentally, today is Sankashta Chaturthi day. So if any one of you is fasting, then it's a very, very good thing. Doing Sankashta Chaturthi fasting is good and helps you to overcome all kind of challenges in your life. So if you are going through Rahu Mahadasha, you should definitely do Sankashta Chaturthi, which happens only once in a month. Definitely I will include more stories in my upcoming podcasts. Yes, I am based in Pune, but I am actually from Mumbai, but in Pune now I am for almost more than 25 years now. No, there is nothing connection of Shravan moon moving slow as such. Mind is our own creation. The state of mind that I have as of now, the state of mind that you have, it is your own creation. So, it is the mind that gives birth to situations. It is the mind that gives birth to a specific physical appearance. That is why I said in the beginning that it is through the moon chart that the ascendant chart is evolved. So if you work on your mind, automatically your ascendant chart will become better. The main solution is to work on the mind. How will you work on the mind? You have to be consistent in your spiritual practice. Reading specific religious texts, chanting daily a specific mantra. If you are doing this on daily basis, then slowly your moon chart, your mind evolves, and that is how your situation also then becomes better. Sure, Prachi ji, you can reach out to my website for a personal consultation. Mercury in the 8th house in Capricorn, it's not a bad position. In fact, Moon in 8th house, Mercury in 8th house actually gives you a lot of depth. It gives you good intensity. It is excellent for research, analysis. So you need not do any remedies for your Mercury in 8th house. Probably that Mercury in 8th house has brought you here today. Oh, Chandan ji, namaste. Namaste. Chandan ji has been following me for almost so many years now. And I have been reading your comments, Chandan ji. Thank you for all your comments. Sure, I will see into that Rahu and Ketu video which you are mentioning about the dispositor. Sure, we will think about the discount code also, Dolas, if you reach out. Life is full of always lost in thought. See, when you are having this kind of suicidal thought or this kind of mental issues, okay, you have to start strict fasting. The the logic is very simple. Whenever you are in a comfort zone, you get all kind of thoughts. When you are giving some hardship to yourself through fasting, then you don't have any time to think about suicide or to think about any XYZ things. So that is why whenever you are going through any mental issues or problems, please fast, do strict fasting. The higher purpose of fasting is this, that when you are fasting, your mind cannot stay outward, it starts turning inward. Vishnu Sahasranam, the best time is to recite early morning before 6 a.m. Gandamul natives are not prone towards mental illness, so only Gandamul cannot be the reason. There can be some other placements because of which you may have some mental illness. Kalpa Berunda, you are saying that you feel heavy when you come back from crowded places and you don't feel good even when you rest. The simple remedy is this, that try to spend more and more time near seashore. If you have a place where there is, or if you can go to a seashore, try to spend more and more time near the seashore. That will bring healing to you. Thank you, Prachi ji, for this kind gesture. Sun, Moon, Mercury and Mars in first house. Not necessarily it will lead to mental illness. Depends on the placement of Rahu and Ketu, because Rahu is the north node of the moon and Ketu is the south node of the moon. So in a way, Rahu and Ketu both are connected with moon, that is your mind. Remedies for 8th house Mangal is this, that on Tuesdays you have to fast and you have to donate sweet on Tuesdays. Any Sweet meaning any pedha, barfi. You can even offer it in any temple on Tuesdays. So basically, if anybody of you is having any issues with Mars or Mangal, then fasting on Tuesdays and donating sweet on Tuesdays. You can donate chocolates to children, or maybe you can donate in a temple. That will help you in neutralizing the negative effect of Mars in your chart. Prajakta, you are asking about interfaith marriage and marrying by other religion rituals. Remedy for 7th house, Mars, Rahu, Yuti. Why to go all such a long way? No need to complicate so many things. You just have to do a Kumbha Vivaha. Meaning, first you get married to a pot, and then that they break the pot, and then you get married to the actual person. So you just have to do a Kumbha Vivaha in such kind of placements. Prajakta Tak. What is this? Troubles with marriage and also with business. It means that your Venus is afflicted. Your Venus, so you have to visit Mahalakshmi temple on Wednesday, on Fridays. On every Friday, you visit temple of Mata Lakshmi, seek her blessings, and always treat females with respect. See, Kalpana ji, you are asking remedies for upcoming Ketu Mahadasha. See, there is no need of any remedy. The only message of Ketu Mahadasha is this, that you have to turn inward. So, I would say there is no need for any remedy, but you have to prepare yourself mentally that now as your Ketu Mahadasha will begin, you have to stop expecting great results in the material world. You have to bring down your expectations, because the phase of Ketu Mahadasha is more about your evolution. It is more about your self-growth and not the growth of your bank balance. Thank you, Prince Saini ji. Thank you, Toto. Great to see you from Europe. To neutralize any planet that you think is the reason for the hurdles in your life, you should start chanting and worshipping Lord Kala Bhairav. Chanting the mantra Om Kala Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Kala Bhairavaya Namaha. Through chanting the mantra of Kala Bhairav, all the negativities of planets that are causing trouble in your life will eventually fade away. But the most important thing is that how deep your faith is and how consistent you are. People start, but then they live in between. So you have to be consistent. Hare Krishna. Mula Nakshatra is a nakshatra that is a little different because it is ruled by Ketu, and I have already made many videos on Mula Nakshatra and Ketu. It is one of my favorite nakshatra because the whole nature of Mula is to first turn everything into ashes, and from that ashes or from those ashes, like a phoenix bird, you evolve. So if you are having Mula Nakshatra moon, then it is always like this. It is a phase of transformation for Mula Nakshatra always, and transformation is a painful process. As they say, enlightenment is a destructive, because unless everything is gone, you will not come to the light. Everything is predestined. Everything. I don't believe that there is any free will as such, but I definitely believe and I know that there is God will. So, if you surrender to God, then God can do miracles in your life. But if you say that I have free will and I will do this and I will do that and I am a self-made man, then all that kind of thing will eventually lead you to more sufferings. Because as Bhagavan Raman Maharshi says, that if you take the doership, that I am doing everything, then you are bound to be a person who will suffer more and more. And therefore, if you live in surrender, then everything, all miracles can happen. I have seen it myself. If you also can do it, you will also experience in your life. Pushya Nakshatra or Pushyami Nakshatra is a very, very powerful nakshatra. It loves structure, order. It is ruled by Saturn, and it is one of the most auspicious nakshatra. You can even watch my video on Pushya Nakshatra. It's a very detailed video that I have made. If your Jupiter is combust in 5th house, then definitely you can wear a yellow sapphire. How to get rid of negative thought? There are two things. First, don't act on it. Let it just come and go. And the second thing is that you keep yourself busy. Empty mind is devil's home. And the third, the most important solution is to start chanting. The more and more you start chanting Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, the more you start chanting, slowly the mind will come under control. And then the negative thoughts will also not affect you much or disturb you much. This is a beautiful question. How do you surrender? I'll tell you. When you fall in love with somebody, you surrender. So the answer is love. Very good question, Ashrit Reddy. When you fall in love with somebody, then you are totally devoted to that person. Similarly, the same love, if it is channelized towards God, then you will be able to surrender. That is how everybody goes through the process. Now, if you ask me that how to fall in love, that's a difficult question, because for that, you yourself have to experience it. Married life partner is predestined according to time they come into our life, right? Yes. Everything is predestined. Who you meet, with whom you separate, everything is predestined. I would suggest to read book. If you want to read my book, you should read the book Gift of Consciousness. It was my first book in which I have written more about the significance of consciousness with some beautiful stories and beautiful wisdom quotes. How does one develop love? That's the main question. It's not a question, because when you say question, then the mind comes. Love is spontaneous, right? When you love somebody, there is no reasoning for it. So the answer to your question is that when you keep aside all your logic and your brain, that is when love happens. You are saying, I want to believe in God, but how do we fall in love with something we can't understand or perceive? I am saying that you stop understanding and stop perceiving. You just feel. Because when you say that you want to understand God, it will never happen. God cannot be known. You can only feel, you can only experience God. Yes, all marriages are karmic contracts. As soon as your karma of past life is over, the marriage is over. Nobody stops for anybody. Every soul has his or her own journey after death. So all the things that you say or you hear or you read is all the creation of the mind. The reality is very hard. Yes, that is because mind always seeks or crave for things. The mind just goes on craving. Today you are craving for something. Once you achieve it, the mind will start craving for the next thing. So that is how people have gone from cycle to airplanes, and then after airplanes then they don't know what to do. So now they are buying this something, they are going in the space now. So this is how the mind is. The mind is never satisfied. Thank you, Radhika ji. Thank you for your comment. Oh wow, that is beautiful, Blue Moon. If a bird builds nest in your house, it is very auspicious, and you should ensure that there is no disturbance to them. It's like a new family coming to stay with you. And I personally love birds a lot. My favorite bird is sparrow. Okay. Thank you, James. Yes, it is true that Bhagwan Raman Maharshi has also mentioned that knowledge is burden, because you keep gathering knowledge from all the places, and now you are all burdened with maybe so much of weight of that knowledge on your head. But people are seeking knowledge and knowledge and knowledge. But see, the ultimate thing that is that what you realize through your own experience or through your own self-realization, that is the real thing. It has there is no weight to it as such, because it is with you. But what you gather from all over, it's nothing. It's just a huge weight that you keep carrying. But there are intellectual people who continue debating and this and that, but that is not how you eventually come to the truth. You come to the truth only through your self-practice and through your self-realization. Good evening, Rita ji. Yes, see, a person or any human being is ruled by his or her mind. The moment the person goes beyond the mind, then that person is at the stage of Buddha. But until then, 99% are under the mind. I am also under the mind, but certain people are making efforts to control that mind through specific practices. So your question that loving a person and God is different, that is true. Because the person has a mind and the mind keeps changing. The mind is also very selfish. The mind is also very shrewd, cunning. So today, a person may like you, tomorrow the person may dislike you. Because the person is constantly under his or her mind. But God has no mind. And when you come to the stage of no mind, you also come to the state of merging with God. That is the stage of Buddha. That is the stage of the great spiritual masters. So, a person can break your heart because today the person likes you, tomorrow the person may have his or her own self-interest or any situation because of which that person may dislike you or may just leave you. But that is not the case with God. God is so kind that there are no words to express it. And I am saying this when you all know that at the age of 14, I had no father, no mother. I was on the streets looking out for some shelter. So I think I can be one of that example for you all that yes, God indeed is kind, but you have to be patient and you have to have a strong faith, not that it just keeps wavering. Yes, that is true. Everything is nothing and nothing is everything. That is why at the feet of Shiva you find everything. Shiva is Shunya. Yes, to be consistent in chanting, you have to make sure that even though you don't like, even though you feel lazy, you have to sit and do it at least for 10 minutes. Slowly, slowly, slowly. See, it's like the mind is like a child. Initially, the child is not willing to do his or her homework. But slowly, slowly, you know, that is how you have to tame this mind. So that's a good question, Amodini. That you have to force yourself, or rather than force, I would say you have to ensure that you at least be strict with your practice. Eventually it will become consistent. Gray hair at young age means that your Venus is weak. So in such scenarios, you have to take care of your hair by applying certain oils. One good therapy is that you apply gomutra, fresh gomutra to your hair. It actually helps. I have seen it myself. So many people, getting good quality of hair once they apply gomutra. Mula Nakshatra, I have already said so many things. Yes, it actually, I don't know, but I really feel so pulled towards this beautiful nakshatra of Mula. And I don't know why people make such a fuss about when a baby is born in Mula Nakshatra. It is a very, very highly intelligent and very, very spiritual nakshatra. The good thing of Mula, it depends how you perceive, but the good thing of Mula is that it is very quick in cutting, you know, and that cutting is necessary if you really want to grow on your spiritual path, because much has to be cut, only the essential has to be kept. Many a times people know that this person is toxic or that person is toxic, but they are not able to cut. Something comes, but in case of Mula, they have got this natural that they just cut and the story is over. So yes, Mula nakshatra itself is a beautiful nakshatra. I think people who are very, what do you say, they have a typical mindset of that at certain age this should happen, certain age this, these people, they are a little afraid of Mula nakshatra, because Mula nakshatra is all wild. Okay, let's take you should not wear Gomed. If Rahu is in first house and you are running through Rahu Mahadasha and Rahu Antardasha from last 1 year, please remove the Gomed. In fact, in my podcast and even in my blogs, I have specifically mentioned, don't wear Gomed. In fact, I have mentioned that by wearing Gomed, you are actually giving power to the terrorist called Rahu. You should not wear Gomed. Instead, you should wear either green emerald or yellow sapphire. Thank you, Kismetic, for reading my book, Why You Fear. Thank you. Very nice bits, Boffin. When you say that you are working or towards your self-awareness, practice, realization, it is good. That is the way to experience God. Jupiter, Ketu, Moon conjunction in 7th house. This is not a very ideal position for marriage, a happy marriage, but depends where your 7th house Lord is placed. Moon Yadavji. Sanatan Hindu, you are saying balancing spiritual and studies in student life. It's a beautiful question. For that, you have to be consistent in your spiritual practice. So if you are a student, to get more clarity of mind, to be able to concentrate more on your studies, you have to do simple mantra chanting. And the best mantra for any student is the mantra of Lord Ganesh, because he is the provider of knowledge or wisdom, I would say. So you should chant the mantra, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Chant this mantra 108 times, morning and evening. That will help you in doing good in your studies. you should not wear gomed, Titan. You remove the gomed. This gomed has been disturbing many people, and I don't know where all they go, but they are told to wear gomed and actually it backfires. So I would say my simple suggestion is this, that don't wear gomed. It is not suitable for everybody. So your question itself is in your, because you are saying you are having Moon Rahu conjunction and you are saying you fear a lot about securing my future. How do I open this itself? The Moon Rahu conjunction itself is creating this kind of fear. So to overcome this, as I mentioned in the very beginning, you should start fasting on Mondays. And you have to start chanting the Shiva mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You do this, and then slowly the Moon Rahu conjunction effect will tone down, and then this fear will also go away. This is a good question. Bits Boffin, you are asking how to get started on journey of self-discovery, to develop self-awareness and work towards experience God. This question itself is a sign that you are on the right track. See, your questions actually show what you are going to be. So when you are asking about how to do this, how to develop self-awareness, it means that 100% from now, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years, but one day you will be attaining this. And when you say how to get started, so the way is very simple. Start with mantra chanting. Read books, spiritual books that motivate you to continue on this path. And most important, be very selective when it comes to people who are around you. Don't entertain any toxic person. The more you spend time with yourself, the more you are alone, the more good. There is a difference in being alone and being lonely. When you say I am lonely, meaning you are missing somebody. But when you say I am alone and I am enjoying this beautiful weather, that is the sign of real progress. If Kali Ma is coming to you, then it is a good sign. You don't have to worry about Rahu in 12th house. Rahu in 12th house anyhow bring more inclination towards spiritual path. That's a good question. What is the best thing for anyone to do in this abundant time? The answer is to spend time in realizing yourself. who am I? Because whatever I am doing, whether I am a doctor or a professor or a builder or a businessman, all these are just roles. So definitely I am somebody else. So who am I? So is to the best way to spend time is to spend in understanding who am I. And that is possible only when you start turning inwards. It's already getting late. It's 9:15 p.m. here in India. And I'm so happy to see you all in this live meeting. Next Saturday, same time at 8 p.m., I will be again on this live session. So at that time, I will take more questions. So thank you to each one of you. And my new book, Black Magic and the Birth Chart, is going to be published next month in December. It is one of the most important book as it will help each one of you to understand the relation of how black magic is connected to astrology, because there are many people who are trying to attack you, but you will suffer only when your planets are weak, when you are going through a difficult Mahadasha. As I have always mentioned that if you are going through Rahu Mahadasha, then you are more vulnerable to such negative attacks. So there are many things to share. I think this can go on and on, but I really loved this entire thing and I liked all of your questions. I may have missed some of them, but next Saturday, which is 15th, I think next Saturday is 15th November, which also happens to be my birthday. So next Saturday I will be back on this live session. Thank you. Thank you to each one of you. Jai Sri Ganesha. Jai Guru.